£11.40 for a promo.
Good price.
£11.40. Couldn't get in there quick enough. And then next day I was looking at me bank statement, and I had in there a payment for £114.49.
Hi, and health. Again.
Yeah.
Hi, and welcome back to the Harri and Marcus video show, where we're now today going to show you. Pardon?
I said hi.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought I said something wrong. Sorry.
No.
So today we're going to show you 5 of our recent purchases, and at a later date, probably next week, both Marcus and I are going to do our own videos where we show more in-depth parts of our collection.
I can't see my picture properly, but I'm guessing I need to get some good T-shirts. It'll be better in future.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, your T-shirt you're wearing at the moment looks fine to me, but yeah, you can get some cooler ones, yeah.
I mean,
I've got my stack over there with George Michael on and David Bowie and everything, but I haven't got that many. I found
Do you have an ABBA? Do you have an ABBA one?
I don't have an ABBA one yet. I've got to buy one. I actually looked at an ABBA one the other day just because I thought I'm collecting their records.
Nothing surprises me with you, Harry.
But I did find a bag of T-shirts that we brought when we got into gigs, like when we went to see Mott the Hoople and when we went to see Thin Lizzy. But I was a lot bigger then, and they're all massive, but I might still wear them. Yeah. But anyway, I was just about to say we're going to do our own solo shows as well, because I collect Wham, Bowie, Sandy Shaw, Queen to an extent, ABBA very much so, and got large, amounts of those records to show, and you've got massive collections that you've been collecting, so. Yeah, and we'll do our solo shows as well. But this is just 5 random records, and I can't remember who's going to start. You or me?
It was me who started.
Okay, go ahead then.
Yeah, and I've raised my list to 6.
Okay, so
I had one arrive this morning. I didn't want to knock one out from our original podcast of this, which was a disaster.
Yeah, I
was only half another man.
Basically, I cocked up yesterday's podcast. We recorded this yesterday, and I forgot, because as we're recording this, as anyone else who's ever made a podcast will know, I can see Marcus as a large picture, and I can see myself as a small picture in the corner. So I was showing the records on this side of me, and then when the 2 pictures put together, you couldn't see the records I was showing. So I have to know today to put the records on this side of me. So we'll get it right today. So away you go.
Get it right next time.
Yeah.
Which isn't that, because I don't have a copy of that here. So let's have a look through. Try to do it in the order I did yesterday. So my first one is this. The Dells, part of my top 20 collection. I'm collecting all of the UK top 20 singles from 1952 to 1979. And I now only need about 550, which sounds a lot, but it means...
Now, if I remember from yesterday, we also mentioned doing that means that you must have some pretty awful ones. And I asked you yesterday if you had anyone worse than Long-Haired Lover from Liverpool, and you did. Can you remember what it's called?
Well, I've got Neil Reed for a start, Mother of Mine.
Yeah. I brought that for my mother for Mother's Day on my 12th birthday.
Yeah, I've got that. But one of the worst, which I described yesterday but couldn't remember the name, was Buzz Clifford from 1961 with Baby Sitting Boogie. It's got lots of babies gurgling on it and stuff, and not a great single. But as you know, there's a lot of good ones and bad ones. I mean, I don't own it yet, but it's on my list to get. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus by Jimmy Boyd. That's not particularly good, but it was a big hit. But there you go. But one little debate we had yesterday about this particular single was my hate of repro sleeves, and I believe this is a repro sleeve, so I'm hoping to find a nice original chest sleeve and to ceremoniously burn this in another garden. Or give it to you. We could film it.
Burning it.
We could film me burning some repro sleeves. That'd be good fun.
Film you burning some records as well.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's my first one. What's your first? I believe there's been some changes.
I've made quite a few changes from yesterday, because yesterday I was just, this is an ABBA single, this is an ABBA single, this is an ABBA single. So ABBA is still in there.
I mean, but people who are watching this video, the words Harry said to me on the phone earlier was, "Your records were so good and mine were so boring." So
no, I said yours were more interesting because they were more varied.
Okay.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. First one, and this is an ABBA box set, Voulez-Vous box set. I also have whatever this one is, just the ABBA box set.
Wrong side.
Oops, dropped it. This is just, I'm just seeing what it is.
You've got to show it on the other side by the Barry.
Yeah. This is the ABBA box set, but it's sealed, so it's going to stay sealed. Whereas this one isn't, and this is the Voulez-Vous box set, which I'll just read the titles of. Summer Night City, Chiquitita, Does Your Mother Know, Gimme, Gimme, Give Me, I Have a Dream, Voulez-Vous, and Voulez-Vous Extended. But I think the one that you'll probably like most of this is the B-side of the first single, which is their versions of Pick a Bale of Cotton and On Top of Old Smoky.
No, Summer Nights City's enough for me. And but I'm a big ABBA fan anyway. I've got loads of it.
All of the records are, as can be seen, are on blue splatter vinyl and under Polar label, and they're all in mint condition. So that was my first choice.
Right. Okay. Right. I think I'm probably running out of order, but this is my next one. Top of the Pops.
Oh, yeah.
The Brazillos from Scotland. They were actually great on Top of the Pops doing this. If I recall, I can't ask you the question now, can I?
You can't know, because I know the answer.
Because you didn't know it yesterday. But what's the connection between this and Don't You Want Me?
Joe Callis.
Is it Joe Callis?
Well, they say on the Human League, he calls himself Joe Callis.
Oh,
okay. Himself, John there.
Oh, but, well done. Explain then. Explain if you know it.
He co-wrote Don't You Want Me Baby, and he either wrote or co-wrote that song.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, that's right. Well, there we go. You're the font of all knowledge.
I'm the font of what I learned yesterday. What's the condition of that one like?
I think it's nice. It's on the Sire label. If anyone's going to watch this, they'll come in and tell me, "Oh, don't you have it on coloured vinyl?" Which I'd appreciate, because I'd like to get all my records in the correct format when they first came out. So that'll be helpful if any errors are spotted. So yeah.
And now my second choice is David Bowie. As you know, I have a big Bowie collection, but not big enough. This is one album that I've got about 6 of. This is the 2017 one, which I've chosen because the 2013 anniversary one and the 2023 half-speed master are both sealed, and this one isn't. This has got the...
What was that?
Pardon?
Why did you choose to open this one?
I didn't. It wasn't sealed when it came. When it's got a repo of the original lyric sleeve and is in grey marbled vinyl.
Oh,
now,
good.
what I was going to say is talking about the 2023.
You're being very cagey there, putting your records back in their sleeves that they don't seem to be crumpling or sort of anything.
Oh, right, yeah. I should be crumpling a bit more. I was thinking. I just told that. I think the back obviously is exactly the same. It's a direct copy of the 1973 one. But okay. I should know his name, but and I don't know why the camera just moves. I must have moved the thing because I just saw myself move across the screen.
No, the camera's automatically moving.
Oh, right. Basically, we've talked before about half-speed masters and are they worth it and things like that. And I've always slagged them off and said that I thought that it was just people, even people I liked, like Bowie, just, his estate cashing in on re-releasing Aladdin Sane yet again as a half-speed master. But that member of the vinyl community, that the American guy that I always forget his name, that you keep correcting me his name, he was talking about half-speed masters the other day and explaining why they do actually sound better, because the grooves are further apart and they recorded off the original master, but they're sped down to half speed when they record it, and then when they're played back at normal speed, you get a much deeper sound and a much better sound. And I never knew that. So what I'm going to do to test it is play my half-speed master Aladdin Sane and play my normal Aladdin Sane and see if there is a difference that I can notice. I'm sure that we've both got enough to do quite a few solo shows, and I've definitely got enough Wham, ABBA and Bowie to do about 6 shows. So I'm sure that we'll inform the visitors, that's the name of the bloody ABBA album, we'll inform the viewers of ABBA on the Brain of our findings later. But what's your third choice?
My third choice is, as I mentioned earlier, I'm collecting all of the top 20 singles from 1952 to 1979. I've got some other collections which come out of that. Obviously completing some of the bigger artists and stuff. But obviously in that part of it is obviously at the end of the day I'll have every number one. But I actually reached that point last week when I received this.
You're the one that I want, and you've always been the one that I want.
Anyway, I did get this a couple of weeks ago, but it was a horrible copy. Really, the sleeve it wasn't even correct. It was very cheap on eBay. And I checked up on it, and it was clearly wrong. And the sleeve was in 2 parts. It's not one of those fold-over ones. It was just kaput. So I looked again. I paid a little bit more for this one, but it now completes my number ones from 1952 to 1979.
And got a lot of that one is
beautiful condition. I've got to put it into a plastic sleeve at some point to protect it, but it's a really nice copy. But I've got all the 78s from Al Martino, Joe Stafford, people like that.
Yeah,
Frankie Lane. Lot of.
And also your little side collection of terrible records. I mean, I'm sure one day you'll add the Hildebrand and Arthur Mallard. You're the one I want to that.
Oh, yeah. I probably will do, despite the issues with Arthur Mallard. But that's another show for the future.
Yeah.
Should we or shouldn't we?
Yeah. Well,
or as Mazzy says, it's all about the music, stupid.
Yeah.
Which is
my opinion is that you've got to separate.
Well, let's not do it now. Let's save it
for
another show.
Right. My next one is the arguably. I mean, there have been some great cover versions. You know me and cover versions. I love them.
Mm.
But arguably one of the greatest cover versions ever, and this is Saganur de Nagot Min Kara ?
Oh, I love that song.
Which is Bjorn Ulvaeus from ABBA's version of Where Do You Go To, My Lovely. It is pretty awful. It's folky. It's on the Polar label, which I will hold up to the camera there.
Did he have a sort of Peter Starstead look at the time? Did he have a moustache?
No, I'll hold it up closer to the camera.
I can't see it.
He looks like a very young Bjorn. He doesn't look, to be honest with you, he doesn't look a hell of a lot different from he did in 1974 when Waterloo came out. But he was a lot folkier then. He didn't have the, as he said himself, when they did Waterloo, they decided to copy Wizard, who copied Spectre, and do the water sound, and use 3 drums and 10 guitars and however many basses. And this was just Bjorn and his acoustic and a bass player and a drummer. Very nice little pleasant Swedish folk song. And what's your next one? Number 4.
Right. My next one is the lads from Liverpool. The real thing. Can you feel the force?
Yeah.
Can you feel the force? Probably my favourite single by him.
Lovely translucent vinyl, yeah.
Yeah. And it's my second copy of this because my other one's a plain black vinyl. But I've got another one coming in the post, which is a 12-inch, really full yellow vinyl. So that'll be 3 copies of it. It's just what happens in the 70s, the late 70s.
Yeah.
They just really got in their picture sleeves and coloured vinyl. And
I think you and me are slightly different, but you are nearly to an extent. I mean, I keep falling down these black holes where I start collecting and then I see there's 20 different permutations of an album, so I want them all, so I've got them all in my collection. I don't think you do that, but if you know...
And that wouldn't get those bands to number 1 either.
No. but if you know... Excuse me, I'm gone horse. If you knew that there was 3 or 4 permutations of a hit single, you'd buy it, wouldn't you?
If they come up, if they're cheap, I'm not going to buy multiple expensive copies, but they're all a couple of pound each. If you can mix, the secret with Discogs and stuff is if a dealer's got 3 or 4 records you want with a good postage deal for buying, is a great one. Yes, I bought 8 records off of a dealer. And it's £4 flat post for all 8, including 12-inch singles. So that is really, really good.
So uncomfortable, sorry. This is another band that I collect. It's Wham. I thought that there was only 3 different versions of Last Christmas, 84, 85 and 86. And then I thought all the others were downloads that got into the charts. But there was, as you found out, a 2019 white vinyl version, which you kindly got for me, and it's still sealed, so I can't show the white vinyl, but it's exactly the same cover as the 1984 original.
So you're not going to use a fine knife and open
not today,
or
no,
a gatefold?
I'm going to keep that. I will on some records. I've decided that some records that I do on these shows, I am going to use a fine knife and slit it, but I'm not going to do.
Because the main thing you want to do is keep hype stickers on there and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, if I do,
want to lose those.
If I open these things, I don't want to do what some people do when they do these type of videos and take the cellophane off completely and just say I'm going to keep that. Yeah. I want to just slit it and take the record.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's your next one?
Right. My number 5. Oh dear, this is a sad tale. This is a sad, sad tale. The Hollies.
Oh, that looks like a sheep record.
Yeah, After the Fox. Little story for whoever's watching this is that I'm registered partially sighted, and as Harry knows, when he takes me round record fairs, so I either got the dealers reading out the records they've got, or having to use an iPhone or something to be able to read them. But I get by, and I've got a huge collection, so something's working. But it's a bit of a hazard. I've made lots of errors along the way, not being able to read descriptions properly. But this is probably my worst one. Start off with, it's a great single to have. Promo. I sort of collect the Hollies, but I'm not too keen on the post Graham Nash Hollies.
Yeah.
Really, but I like lots of their, and a couple of their songs are some of my favourite singles. But this, look, as you do when you're collecting, you've been buying a few things, and then you just have a little look around eBay and put in the odd title. And this was in my head for some reason. I put this in and up it popped. £11.40 for a promo.
Good price.
£11.40. Couldn't get in there quick enough. In there, bought it. PayPal straight through. Didn't even read PayPal properly because I was so keen to get it. As I can literally do it with my eyes shut. So that goes through. And then next day I was looking at me bank statement, and I had in there a payment for £114.49. I thought, what the hell was that? Is something resubscribed me for something? One of those web pages, or no, saying I used to be in all these ancestry pages, which all cost a fortune. But
I cancelled today.
What?
Did I cancel them today?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I realised that I
getting very, very, very expensive into it.
I just realised I hadn't used them for years.
Yeah. So I then looked it up, and I then discovered that I'd paid £114 odd for that Holly single. You advised me to get back to the dealer and say I'd made a mistake because of me. I was it's a really expensive hit. It wasn't the dealer's fault, apart from overcharging horribly for the record, because as rubbish as Discogs is, that's saying the mint copies of the promo's only worth 50 quid. I think it's probably worth more than that, but that's probably the last one they sold. But anyhow, I'm keeping it. I've got it, and there you go. Just a warning, double check before you press.
Yeah, double check before you press. Right, my fifth one is number 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. 5.
Right, is, excuse me, Thin Lizzy, Shades of a Blue Orphanage.
Oh, cool.
Now, I stupidly was going to check before the show started whether this was their first or second album, and I forgot. I think it was their first, but it might have been their second. Gatefold sleeve with a nice picture of the three of them walking in the snow in Dublin, and
Eric Bell.
The rain in Dublin, and then
Eric Bell.
Eric Bell, yeah. Nice picture on the back. The 3 young ragamuffins on the front, I assume, are meant to represent the 3 members of Thin Lizzy, but I doubt very much if they're the actual members of Thin Lizzy. Just looking on it for anything. But I can't see any tracks that jump out at me as being well known. No, I think it was just one of the early Decca albums that they were starting to make a name pre-Whiskey in the Jar. Yeah, and and I've got that one for the Princely. Oh, I didn't take it out. Princely sum of 10 quid.
Yeah, cool. What's the inner sleeve like?
Inner sleeve is proper Decca one.
Oh, cool, excellent.
And the record, obviously, on Decca and in...
Oh, sorry, you're not putting your fingers on...
Oh, sorry, I must do that. Considering it's a 50-year-old record, there's no marks on it at all, so I'm just assuming that someone brought this and didn't like the knitting and just didn't play it, or was very, very careful with the records.
Excellent.
And what's your...
Nice copy, that. Right, my sixth one, which arrived literally this morning, so I've just added it to this, is for Night.
Oh, yeah.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons in a Mo West sleeve, which is really good, original. And Mo West is a company that's subsidiary of Motown, of when they moved from Detroit to Los Angeles, I think.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
So it's, anyway, so Motown West.
And the condition of that one good, yeah?
Beautiful condition. Good. Beautiful price as well, but there we go. I was a bit disappointed missing out on a horribly expensive record this week, but it's one to sort of complete part of a substantial collection I've got. But that's all for a further show. Link to Elton.
And my last one.
Link to Elton.
We're back to those Swedes again, ABBA. But this is their first ever single. Is it? I think it's their first. Well, it's their first single as ABBA, as opposed to whatever. And it's Rock Me on one side, and I do on the other.
Is that all? Anna, blah blah blah, ABBA, or is it just ABBA?
It's actually marked as ABBA on the thing, but I think in this country they did the full names. Because on Waterloo they did the full names, but this is on the.
But you can get Waterloo just as ABBA.
Yeah.
So the early one you want to get is with the four names.
This is on Polar. The big difference, it's in good nick. It's got a couple of sort of like light marks on it, but it is pretty old. Sleeves in very good condition. Big difference with this one is in the UK, Rock Me was their first single. I Do was their second single after Waterloo. It was Honey Honey after Waterloo, then I Do. So they've got, like, in Sweden, they stuck them and they're both on the same single. And that was number 6.
Cool.
So, we will, as I say, be doing some shows where I'll be showing a load of Bowie records or a load of ABBA records, and you'll be showing a load of Frankie's records and a load of, you have, as you say, a very substantial collection of a certain artist which you'll show at some point.
Yeah.
But until then, we will be doing another show. Maybe, have you got any idea? Well, we'll either be doing another joint show next week, or we'll be doing 2 solo shows next week. So you may get 2 for the price of 1. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because and everyone says this when you do videos, but it really does help, because it means that you get your videos get pushed up and you can make more videos, etc., so on and so forth. So please do. And if you've got any comments on any records you'd like, or any artists you'd like us to talk about, if you like a particular artist and you want us to do an in-depth dive on their back catalogue, let us know. Anything you want to say?
No, but hopefully we'll be not churning them out. It's not the right phrase, but we'll be producing more videos, and at least one a week.
Yeah.
From now, but where we can, we'll do a couple. But we'll probably be looking sort of Monday, Tuesdays for our
but don't forget to hit that bell icon, and then you'll be informed when we upload. Until then, take care and keep collecting.
Cheerio all.